Hello, everyone. Welcome to another chapter of Edward Zula, Psychic Medium. And I, of course, have just launched this channel very recently. I want to thank all of you who have been so supportive and all of my new subscribers. And I'm going to be holding contests periodically, giving away readings for people, and I'll flesh that out and give you the details about those things as they come up. But I think I'll start to do it pretty soon. Once I reach that mark of 100 subscribers, which will make me very proud, then I will start doing special giveaways and things of that nature. I've been asked a number of times in a number of ways, what is the most common way that Spirit tries to communicate with us? Or how do we know that Spirit is actually around? And what we have to understand, and I think we do, is that we're talking about Spirit consciousness as a form of energy. And initially, what is the easiest thing for Spirit to do when we're talking about energy? This is the most common reporting internationally of signals that people have gotten from Spirit after death, and that is lights flickering. It's electrical energy. That's the first thing that you can look for when you have had someone pass over. There are so many wonderful and lovely and hilarious and poignant stories I'd like to share with you about spirits using electrical energy, and they'll come in time, because people will ask me questions and I'll be able to share anecdotes. But I really did want to get into this subject today. So that's why I named this Ding Dong Spirit Calling, because another thing that Spirit will do is anything that's electric. Basically, TVs might go on the fritz, they may turn on, they may turn off. Lights, as I said, is a big one. Dimming, coming back on, going off. Defying timers is one of my favorite stories, is when a light is on a timer to go off at a particular time and Spirit decides, no, I'm putting it on at this time, and have befuddled people go and check their timers to see if their timers are correct. I've heard that a number of times. Anything that is electric. I have a list of here of some things. Appliances turning on and off. I've had people report to me that they start to hear the humming of an appliance or the noise of a microwave, or lately it's been Alexa, those wonderful little Echo Dots, and all of those artificial intelligence devices that we have around our house. They're being used by Spirit as well, and sometimes in very surprising ways. You walk in a house and find a song playing that is very, very significant to you. That's the other thing, is they will mess with computers, and if you still have a landline phone, believe it or not, some people still have landline phones, whether it be in an office or at home or what have you. The phone will ring, we'll pick it up, static, dead air, nothing. Now, this is really different when it sounds like someone's hung up. When you pick up the phone and Spirit is on the other line, as wild as that may sound, there's a really different sound that you can almost sense, that somebody's there but not there, and you will either hear static or you hear very far away voices, almost like you're hearing a conversation that's taking place, in another house or what have you. But spirit using electricity is the number one way and the easiest way for spirit to communicate. Yes, they will ring doorbells. That is one of the things I have personally experienced, as has my poor dog, is the spirit ringing a doorbell, and lights flickering happen all the time when I'm having conversations, and in the days when it was okay to actually have face-to-face meetings before this pandemic. I've had the lights that are overhead here actually dim when we start talking about a particular spirit or person or what have you. It's a way of a spirit to simply saying, I'm here. I'm around you. I'm not far away. Because the truth is, we live in a great big energy soup. A great big soup of consciousness of all the spirits that have gone before us. There are many, many more of them than there are of us. So we're on their territory. We're living in their world. They're around us. We put our arm out. Chances are pretty good we're putting our arm either through a spirit or through spirit energy. I don't want to make it sound gruesome. Through spirit energy into another energy field. Let's talk a little bit about energy fields. I do a number of exercises with people that I'm working with to develop their sensitivity and their awareness of energy, and when we're doing psychometry work. And if you're familiar with something called Kirlian photography, there is a way that the energy force around our bodies, and we do have an energy field around our bodies, you can actually pick up on someone's energy if they, you're next to someone or you're introduced to someone and something just doesn't feel right about their physical being. It may be that they're intruding into your personal space with their energy field. This is sounding so esoteric, but I really, really do want to explain very simply that spirit will use electricity. More than anything else, they will use electricity as a signal, especially the lights flickering are almost a signal of, I have arrived, I'm okay, I'm still with you. And that's really, really important. In a future video, I'm going to address the question of why some people feel like they never get signs or signals from the other side. That is kind of heart-wrenching, and I do want to talk about that at some point. But in the meantime, electricity. If you're having weird things go on in your house and you've been thinking about your relative who has passed and suddenly a light's going on, or you're hearing electrical noises, or I just had a mild dim of the light over my head. We are all electricity. It's what makes our heart run. It's what controls everything in our body. It's these impulses, these rhythmic impulses of electricity. And when that stills, when our body is no longer in use, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. You remember that from science? So that energy goes somewhere. It goes out into the universe. And our loved ones will do things like ringing doorbells and so forth to let us know that they are around. So it's really, really important. I'm also going to talk about other kinds of ways that spirit will communicate in future videos. But if you have a doorbell ring and you run to the doorbell and there's nobody there and you know for sure it's not a prankster or something goes wrong with your, even with cell phones, because lately I've been having what I'm absolutely certain are spirit interruptions of cell phone calls. And it always happens when I'm doing a reading over the phone where suddenly the connection is dropped. Yes, there are lots and lots of ways to debunk that, to say that someone isn't near a tower or they pass under a bridge, but that's if the person is actually moving. Usually when I'm talking to someone, we're both stationary, having a conversation, and it isn't until we start speaking specifically of the departed one that something will happen to the connection. So, and some of you out there that are watching this may have had a phone reading with me when that happened. So, there's lots to share with you. I have so much information for you and so much I want you to be aware of when it comes to communicating with spirit or having spirit messages. There's a movie that I really would like you to watch. It is called Dragonfly, and it stars Kevin Costner. If you can find it, I think it's a great example of signs and signals from it's of course quite fantastic, but it's a wonderful story. Another one that people talk to me about is Ghost. That comes up a lot, again, highly dramatized and incredibly funny and poignant and lovely, and but pay attention to the electrical impulses. Pay attention to those things happening. We'll talk about animals and butterflies and seeing squirrels and seeing other kinds of critters. We'll get to that. Dragonflies are a really big one, and I have a feeling that's probably the reason that's used in the movie with Kevin Costner. But I really do highly recommend that you see that if you can. Okay, I'm going to end this for now. And please post questions, comments, and if you have anything you'd like me to specifically address or answer, please do so. I really appreciate your support. Please subscribe. Please, pretty please subscribe. I hate begging, but I'm going to beg. Until I get to my first 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a lot of begging. It's okay. So, love you all. Thank you for your support. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, social distance, and wear your mask when you go outside until we're told it's no longer necessary. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a really wonderful day. Bye.